What if life is just a dream we never wake from? What if everything we touch, everything we see, and everything we feel is simply the echo of a greater consciousness playing itself out through us? When we close our eyes at night, we slip into dreams where impossible things become real, where logic bends and our emotions shape entire worlds. And yet when we wake, we call that other world an illusion, and this one reality. But what if it's the other way around? What if this waking world is simply a more stable kind of dream, one that our souls enter to learn, feel, and remember? Imagine for a moment that you are both the dreamer and the dream itself. That every person you meet, every event that unfolds, is part of a vast tapestry woven by your higher self, a consciousness so expansive that it needed to forget itself just to experience what it means to be alive here on Earth. When you were born, it wasn't just your first breath that began your life. It was a deep inhale taken by the universe itself, breathing you into existence. And with every heartbeat, the rhythm of that infinite dream continues, flowing through you. We spend our days chasing goals, worrying about the future, and clinging to memories of the past. Yet beneath all of it, there's a subtle knowing, a whisper that says, none of this is as solid as it seems. Science tells us that everything we call matter is mostly empty space, that what appears as a table, or a tree, or a body is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. Doesn't that sound a lot like a dream where thoughts become form and imagination gives birth to landscapes? Maybe reality itself is consciousness, vibrating at a frequency so slow that it feels solid and unmovable. But deep down we know that it's not permanent, that everything changes, everything shifts. And maybe that's because we're dreaming it all together. You and me, the stars, the ocean, every stranger's smile. We are fragments of the same infinite dreamer, exploring itself through endless forms. When you start to see life this way, even the smallest moments take on a different glow. The breeze brushing your skin feels like the touch of something sacred. The sound of laughter becomes a melody played by the universe itself, reminding you that joy is your natural state, and sadness your reminder of how deeply you care. Maybe we've been asleep for lifetimes, dreaming of separation so vividly that we forgot we were ever one with everything. We've built cities to distract ourselves, created noise to drown out the silence within. But every now and then, something happens that wakes us up for just a second. Maybe it's a sunset that looks too perfect to be real. Maybe it's a memory that feels older than this lifetime. Or that strange déjà vu, that tells you you've been here before. These are little cracks in the dream, moments where the illusion thins and you catch a glimpse of the truth that you are both here and somewhere beyond here. You are both the dreamer and the dreamed. When you look into someone's eyes and truly see them, it's not just recognition. It's remembrance. It's your soul whispering, "I know you. I've met you before." In this dream or another, every connection, every heartbreak, every serendipity is like a coded message from the dream itself, guiding you back to awareness. We call them coincidences, but maybe they're just reminders that nothing in a dream is ever truly random. Think about your own dreams at night, how they weave meaning, symbols, and emotions effortlessly. How every face, every place is created by you, even if you don't realize it. Perhaps life works the same way. Maybe you're co-creating it with the universe, with every thought, every belief, and every emotion shaping the story you live in. When you start to awaken to this truth, you begin to see signs everywhere, not as supernatural events, but as reflections of your own consciousness unfolding. A song that plays at just the right moment, a stranger's words that answer the question you never spoke aloud. These are not accidents. They're the language of the dream speaking to you, reminding you that you're more than this body, more than this moment. You are awareness, experiencing itself, pretending to be human for a little while. And when you realize that even pain takes on new meaning, it's no longer punishment, it's growth. The dream's way of stretching your understanding so you can feel more deeply, love more fully, and awaken a little more each time. Think of the times you felt completely broken, those nights when you stared into the dark and wondered why you were here. What if those were not failures, but closer to remembering who they truly are? There's a saying that when we die, we wake up. But what if death is just another dream, another shift in awareness, from one layer of reality to another, like taking off one costume to reveal another beneath? Maybe there is no final awakening, because the dream itself is infinite, and every awakening just leads to a new way of seeing. Maybe the purpose isn't to escape the dream, but to dance within it, fully aware that it's a dream. And that's where true freedom lies. Once you see through the illusion, you can start to play again, to love without fear, to create without attachment, to walk through this world with eyes wide open, knowing that everything is sacred, because everything is you. The stars above, the soil beneath your feet, the people you love, and even the ones who challenge you. All are mirrors reflecting pieces of the same vast consciousness. When you truly embrace this idea, life becomes less about control and more about surrender. You begin to trust the flow of the dream, to let go of the need to force outcomes and instead allow things to unfold. You become like a lucid dreamer, aware, but at peace, guiding the experience with intention, but without fear. Maybe that's what the mystics meant when they spoke of unity with the divine. Not merging with something outside yourself, but waking up to the truth that you've never been separate in the first place. You are the divine dreaming itself into form, exploring every possibility, every feeling, every thought, through the miracle of existence. And when you see someone suffering, you understand that it's just another part of the dream calling for love, for remembrance, for healing. So you offer compassion, not from pity, but from recognition, because you know that whatever you do for another, you do for yourself too. It's all one breath, one heartbeat, echoing across eternity. If life is a dream, then love is the language that writes it. Every act of kindness, every moment of forgiveness, every genuine smile sends ripples through the dream, softening it, healing it, lifting it higher. Love is the code that binds every atom, every soul, every star together. It's the force that reminds the dreamer to stay awake within the dream, to keep remembering that everything is all we're meant to do. Not to escape the dream, but to awaken within it. To see through the illusion of separation and live with the awareness that every thought, every action, every breath ripples through eternity, shaping the very fabric of reality. So tonight, when you close your eyes and drift into sleep, remember this. Maybe you're not leaving this world behind. Maybe you're just shifting scenes within the same endless dream. And when you wake tomorrow and open your eyes to the sunlight streaming through your window, feel the wonder of it all. The texture of the sheets, the sound of the morning, the heartbeat in your chest, because that too is part of the dream. And it's every bit as miraculous as the ones you travel through at night. The difference is, now you know you're dreaming. So live with awe, live with love, and remember, this might just be a dream we never wake from, but it's a dream worth being fully awake in.